Hi friends! We have a fun video today.
Still too hot. You were saying we had a fun video?
Yes, we have a fun video.
Oh, I thought we were going to be boring.
Why do we have to be fun again?
So upsetting and trying to come up with something that people actually want to watch and that I won't hate editing.
A couple of our friends, Blake and Brianna, shout out to you guys. They got us some Minecraft Legos.
I haven't made Legos or put together any sort of Lego thing for years. Then I thought it would be really cool, courtesy of indwellweddings.com. We set up these little Minecraft Lego pieces and we could just ask each other a bunch of questions. You could compare your answers with our answers.
Maybe, should we do the little one to kind of like ease into it? It comes with a fox and a wolf and a Steve.
So you start opening that up and I'm going to ask you the first question. If you could relive a year in your life, what age would you choose?
I don't know that there's any specific year that I'd want to relive.
I would relive like 8 years old. I grew up in Alaska. We had tons of fresh berries everywhere that you went. We'll randomly think about the wild blueberries and raspberries and strawberries that I would eat as a kid.
Little pictures in the instruction booklet. I feel like this is fine.
How do we make Steve?
Put his head on his body. I don't want to break him.
Question number 2. What is your favorite memory of us dating?
Ooh, do you want to go first?
When I fake proposed on our fake date.
We weren't even dating at that point.
Right, we were friends. Went to a Five Guys, a little mild hike.
It wasn't really a hike.
She had her ring that her sister had given her and I like fake proposed to her as a joke. She didn't know that I liked her.
I think my favorite memory of us dating was that time that you came to visit and we built that pillow fort and we made like all of that really good food. Strawberry Nutella French toast roll-ups, guacamole, barbecue chicken and cheddar grilled cheese. Oh, look at the little doggo!
If you could write a note to your younger self, what would you say in only 3 words?
Don't give up. And I put the little fox head on.
Really trust God. What is another career that you would have really loved? You've always wanted to be a youth pastor though, for like the longest time, haven't you?
Yeah.
And now you're a youth pastor. I would have in another life been an actor. I actually had a minor in theater. What do you attribute the biggest successes in your life to? How about your largest failures?
Honestly, just following God. My biggest failure is when, ooh, I can just do it on my own.
There's things that I'm proud of that I've done, but I don't think I've had something where I'm like, that was a success. Definitely made mistakes in life, but nothing so detrimental that I would classify it as like a failure. I've almost killed myself a couple times.
Oh my gosh.
Accidentally. In what ways are we the same?
We're both very passionate, especially about like
Legos.
if we feel like God has told us to do something, that's what it is. Like we both have the same passions in life, even though we are very different people.
The next question is what's different about us? Like I'm incredibly extroverted. Hannah's incredibly introverted, but yet we're both passionate about people and seeing them succeed. In our polar opposites, we find common ground. And in that common ground, we're able to build a life together because it's more important than any of the little goofiness of personality. Connect it to like down here. Project number 1.
We'll get some good close-up clips. This one has panda.
If you could eat one meal for the rest of your life, what would it be?
I couldn't. I like variety too much. I would not be able to live on one single meal for the rest of my life.
By the way, Dad, I should say, I started eating tomatoes. Aren't you proud of me, Dad? I could probably eat rice, butter, king salmon, baked beans for the rest of my life.
It sounds like that whole combination is a meal. It's
Delicious.
like a terrible meal.
If someone you loved was killed in front of you, but someone created a copy of them that was perfect right down to the atomic level, would they be the same person, and would you love them just as much?
But I don't think the biggest part of what makes a person who they are is their, like, physical being. If they didn't have, like, the same mind, the same personality.
Purely physical, down to the atom. Kidding. I agree with her answer. Created a carbon copy, they would essentially be a blank slate and not have any of the experiences that nurtured them into the person that they are.
Building Alex right now.
What's a question you've always wanted to ask me but never have?
I don't think I have any. I'm pretty straightforward.
In our relationship, there's a couple things that we're really good at. I'm really good at like forcing the resolution to a problem. Hannah, if there's like notices like little tiny things, and like she makes tiny adjustments along the way. In what ways have I changed since we first met?
You're a lot more confident.
I think the same for you as well. Is there anything I can do to show you love better? Buy her more ice cream. That's her answer.
It's too difficult to think of all these deep answers while we're doing this. No.
What I've really appreciated in our relationship is that we talk about those types of
I
things.
think you did it the opposite way.
It's like most of the time if people feel a love deficit in their relationship, they don't actually say anything about it. Whereas I feel like we've been really healthy in that area where if we are feeling a love deficit, we talk about it, and then the other person doesn't get offended by the fact that somebody else is feeling a love deficit, and actually we respond to each other in a way like, okay, well, if you're feeling the deficit in that way, how can I? So that's like something that like we actively pay attention to. If safety wasn't a concern, which natural phenomenon or disaster would you want to experience?
Tornado. Why was that so easy?
Or a volcano. Who is one person in your life that you have a lot of respect for, and why?
I have a lot of people, actually.
I would have to agree with that. Like, there's actually a lot of people in life at the moment. This person I really do look up to. I feel like they handle my heart well.
We have 4 of these little things.
Yes. I love so. I'm a little disappointed. It's a lot easier than it was when I was a child. Oh, I totally did that wrong. That's ironic. What's something you're glad you're never gonna have to do again? Get married. Weddings suck.
Dion.
Did I mess up again?
Yeah, look at the pictures. One thing I'm gonna be glad I'm never gonna have to do again is this once it's done.
If you could wake up tomorrow having gained one quality or ability, what would it be? I've always thought the coolest superhero ability would be invisibility.
So are we talking like superpowers?
Quality or ability.
I'd like to have more historical knowledge about the Bible.
I wish I could wake up and have the ability to wake up. Is there something that you've dreamed of doing for a long time, and why haven't you done it?
Travel the world. It's expensive. The world has gone crazy.
Your house catches on fire. You saved your loved ones, your pets, animals, everything like that. You have one chance to run back inside and get one item. What would you save? This Lego set.
Memories or whatever.
Photos and stuff like that.
But like that stuff can't be replaced.
My phone charger.
Ooh, you want to know what one of my favorite dates was that we did?
See, we're just gonna twist the whole. Roll back me saying this isn't as hard. There we go.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
I don't remember what the question was.
You were saying what your favorite date was.
That's right. It was the Bob Ross night.
Ah, yeah.
That was a lot of fun. We went out and we got like sparkling grape juice, sparkling cider. We had our little wine glasses to make it look all fancy. And then we followed like a Bob Ross tutorial.
I really enjoy like the vacations we take together. Oh, what is your biggest fear? Heights. Heights and snakes terrify me.
Mine is gross, so I don't want to say it.
Vomiting. What do you feel you're best
I
at?
feel like I have things I'm like decent at, but I don't know like what I'm like best at.
Okay, goofy. I'm really good at Call of Duty.
I'm pretty decent at art.
What gets you overwhelmed at work?
Chaos. Just chaos. When the
because-
plans all go out the window.
I thrive in that. What makes me overwhelmed at work? Monotony. What's a new hobby you'd like to try? Aquaponics.
Now I have to figure out how to get these apart. So this isn't exactly a new hobby. It's a hobby that I used to do, and I haven't done it in a very long time, but creative writing.
What do you want the world to remember you by when you die?
I hope that I'm just remembered for following after God with everything.
I want to be remembered as someone that tried to help people really love people. Not like this fake flimsy usage of the word love that they just mean, they're just replacing the word love with be okay with. Like love that leads you to the best version of you. Not defined by a fleeting emotion, but defined by something more eternal. Montage of the Legos.
That was it. I hope that you enjoyed just kind of hanging out with us, building some Legos, answering some questions. I'd love to hear some of your thoughts about some of the questions in the comments.
Absolutely, that'd be a lot of fun. And don't forget that next week, next Thursday at 2 o'clock, I'll be releasing a video. Remember that as soon as we hit 100 soups, I will be doing a 100 soup review. Those comments, I'll be replying. Peace.
Bye!